today, whenever the seller sells the property, being the school board selling the property to HUM, they can add restrictions to the deed or whatever, so that the new owner has to abide by certain rules and regulations. What happens when HUM decides to sell this and they give no rules and regulations? You're going to take a neighborhood that's zoned residential and you're going to turn it into public with no rules whatsoever. What could that do to the neighborhood? And speaking of neighborhood, I find it interesting that there appear to be, I'm just guessing here, 100 people that are for this. And there's like, none of them live in the neighborhood, with exception to a couple. And then there's a handful of people here that are against it, and they live in the neighborhood. Just that there should tell you, nobody wants this in their backyard. I want to help the homeless. I want to help all people. But there's certain things about this that just raise red flags for me. It says here that unaccompanied youth under the age of 26 will be living here. Maybe my definition of youth is wrong, but I would figure youth would be 17 and under. Because when you're 18, you're old enough to pay taxes, die for your country, serve time in prison. So let's call them adults, let's not call them youth. And they're going to be unaccompanied. So are they going to be supervised? And I know these are rhetorical questions at this point, but are they going to be supervised? Or are they going to be roaming the streets? If they are roaming the streets, what are they going to be doing? If they do roam the streets, probably no good will come of it. And if it gets to the point where neighbors are worried about crime, which I hate to tell y'all, it's going to go up. It just will. You look at the North Street shelter, I believe is the name of it, and crime has gone up tremendously. So the same thing with property values, they're going to go down. With all due respect to the county appraiser or whoever, they're going to go down. And I don't think we want to devalue Volusia County property values. Thank you very much for my time.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mayor John Penny. Mr. Mayor, I'm watching you sit there. Enjoy